Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
8 years and 13 million euros later, we are still in the dark about what Grace endured. Shockingly, critical information and extensive submissions have been omitted from the 2,000-page report, according to the legal team responsible for the legal, personal and financial affairs of Grace. This raises huge questions about the report. That such vital information should be omitted from this report, it beggars belief, Minister. That Farrelly's report on Grace managed 2,000 pages, that's nearly a box of paper. You know how big that is. Yet no executive summary, it's apparent, and yet she managed this omission. Over 2,000 pages, fire hosing at its finest. That we even needed a Farrelly commission into the Grace case is a damning indictment of a system that abandoned a vulnerable, non-verbal young girl in the most appalling way imaginable. I'm a plain speaker, Minister, and this is a national disgrace. And I know that you know it too, Minister Foley, because I could see how uncomfortable you were on the day that this report was published. Grace was left in a foster home where allegations of sexual abuse and neglect had been raised repeatedly for 20 years. Grace was left in this foster home when other foster children had been removed. And yet the decision makers in the state, the cream of the crop, the ones who rise to the top under successive Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael governments, not only failed Grace, they actively looked away. Reports from social workers ignored. Whistleblowers were silenced. Bureaucratic indifference won, and basic human decency lost. And it didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened under successive governments that put institutional reputation above the welfare of its citizens, in this case a vulnerable, non-verbal child. We have scoliosis parents who have approved springs implanted in them by doctors at CHI. Hip dysplasia children seemingly operated on who didn't need operations, while other scoliosis children wait for an operation that they can't have. We have the cervical smear scandal where Vicky Phelan stood up to the might of the HSE. Emma Vic Nahuna from my own constituency in North Kildare. Bridget McCole and the hepatitis C scandal. 43 years the Stardust family were left waiting for an inquest and an apology. Thalidomide mother Peggy Murphy died last month without one. Scandal after scandal, lack of accountability after lack of accountability. But we shouldn't be surprised, because the man backing up this arrogant government himself found guilty of corruption before the Moriarty Tribunal, and you continue to bend the knee to his will, all to cling to power. And if this government's power trip lasts another 4.5 years, as true as I'm standing here, we'll be here again with some other scandal. The Irish people deserve better, and Grace deserved better.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.